So I usually use the red nozzle on these seam sealing bottles, but with this application here, it's not going to get the seam sealer up here where it's needed. You need to actually have your sealer on these foam back carpets right where the fibers meet the foam. If you put it down here on the bottom, it's not going to serve its purpose at all. So you actually got to have it elevated up off of the floor, on top of the pad, and on the bottom of the well, right where they meet. That's where you want to put your seam sealer when it comes to cushion back carpet. So I'm having to use my finger as a guide. I've seen somebody do that before. I've actually seen several people do it. I've never done it myself, but I really like the technique. I'm not having to be dependent on the red nozzle. You see how I just use my finger here to ride the carpet on, and also to steady the nozzle and just squeeze out ever so slightly as I run down through here. I'm not very fast at it because this is the first job I've ever done this on, but with a little practice, it's gonna work out just fine and dandy. I really like being able to use my finger like this instead of the cap. Again, like I said, because I'm not dependent. I mean, you don't have to be like, oh man, I need a cap. I'm not gonna be able to get that where I want it unless I have a cap. I've actually ordered the seam sealing bottles just to get those little red nozzles before. So to not have to have them is gonna be real nice. And then after you get it there where you want it, you can just take your finger, push it in just like you always would, and voila, you have sealed edge. Waka waka. Okay. I'm really happy with the way these things go. When you get them matched up, boy, they turn. Now, this ain't got no glue on it. I'm just real happy with the way these things go together. That is B-E-A-U-T, full. Okay. Check it. I've had this thing, I don't know, since I got back from the convention. And got it right before I did that church job, and I love it. I've not used it on any residential jobs yet. This is the second commercial job I've used it on, so I've not even adjusted the teeth out. I've only been using the cotton heads on it. And this thing is awesome because golly, you just lock it and let it sit. If it's got a little tension on it, like your seams wanting to separate again, just lock that thing and let it sit. I want to get me 3 or 4 more of them. I love them that much. I want to get 3 or 4 more of those bad boys. There are so many awesome features about this that is not on the traditional mini stretcher. This thing is awesome. I mean, for instance, look how the handle works. Just straight down like a regular stretcher instead of like that. It's just like a regular stretcher. Super convenient. The grenade pins, that's right, grenade pins. Pop the heads off of it real chinky fast. You could put the long legs on it. Make it high enough where your iron and stuff will fit under it. That's one thing I can't wait to use it on, is that. If you guys ain't got one of these, get one. This thing also spins. Watch this. If you didn't see this at the church job, watch this. Like I said, I have been using the cotton heads on it, but it does have regular teeth on it as well. They stick out just like a regular stretcher or knee kicker, I guess, just like a kicker would. And watch this. If I can do it with one hand and hold this, let's see. Let me see here. There we go. I believe that's it. Oh yeah, check it out. So checking it out. Now, if I needed to tweak my seam a little bit sideways, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, man? I gotta quit talking stupid in these videos. You guys are gonna think I'm a lunatic, which I mean, honestly I am, but anyway, that mini stretcher is awesome. Let's see if there's anything going. Doing something right here I've never done before, but look at what I got going on. See how thick the glue is right there? It's probably a 1/16 thick all along that edge of the carpet. I'm gonna blow a fan on that and let it dry real good. And this is why. So this is a double stick here to join these two to break the seam apart. And looky here, see what we got? Just a little bit of height difference. So what I'm doing, I'm gonna build that up a little bit with glue, let it dry, then I'll fold it back and glue, not fold this back, then I'll go ahead and glue the entire thing over what I glued right there, and that'll be kind of like a tiny little ramp and raise that up so it'll be a nice flush seam. Never done it before. Let's see how it holds up. All right, so while I was doing this side, just like I did over there, I got to thinking and I got scared. So I stopped. I didn't get near as thick as I did over here, and over here I actually went and took some of that out as well. What I got here in my ridges is still going to leave me a little bit of elevation once I go over that. So hopefully that'll be enough to give me the results that I want. But I got scared of it scaling over and then getting walked on and adhesive squeezing up out of there after the fact. So that scared me, and I decided to scrape some up. Okay, this is how it turned out. Not too shabby for what a thickness difference it was. Definitely looks better than just it did whenever I butted the carpet up to it. It's not perfect, but like I said, it's better. I wished, let's see, well, I guess this is the best part right here. I wished it all could have been like that. Just a little height difference. But anyway, we got everything done except for we are working the doorways. All the doorways are done and everything until right here. That one and these, and then the rest of them down there. Everything else is done. We will have to come back tomorrow for just a little bit more work. Oh, anyway, this is how that turned out. Don't look bad. It had a separation there anyway. So, dang, look at that dark spot right there. Anyway, had a separation. It had something like that to begin with. So we just did it back again with a brown cut pal. And that's how it turned out. It looks better this way because it's darker. I like the look of that better. I'll tell you what, it's funny how the things look different when you're looking through a camera. Faux show. Anyway, I'm super happy to have all this stuff done. Some of the stuff right there, there's about 4 pieces, I think, like that came off. And the guys tore stuff up that we'll just glue back on whenever we get done with everything. Anyway, that is it. We are loading things as we speak. And we're getting outy-bouty coming off of this mountain. How convenient is that, Lucas?
Very convenient.
Is that awesome or what?
That's awesome.
It's what, like chicken squat? Is that like what? Let me see that contraption that you got there. Check this out. I've talked about these things here recently. Look at that. You can even adjust the wheels if you want them to stick down a little bit lower than that. If you would have the need for that sometime on some different carpet or something, or if maybe you felt like you was having to push too hard to make it work, simply lower the wheels a little bit. This thing is phenomenal. And watch this. Chinky chink, son. Better tools. That's right. That's right. Betty tools.